Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thanks for stopping by. So, on this live stream, I just want to take a look at the recruiting aspect of this game. Obviously, you guys have seen the first two games of the season, and things have gone well so far. Obviously, the huge game against Clemson, against number one, and we cranked that up to Heisman mode. So, basically, we're sitting here in week 3, and one of the reasons why I wanted to do this is just kind of take some time to really go into the recruiting aspect of the game, and hopefully everything works out so we get those top players. But I'm just going to open up the recruiting, and what we're going to do is we're going to close out week 3 after the win, and then forward it to week 4, and see how everything kind of transpires. So just looking at the recruiting board, and one of the things I've done is I kind of set the top targets, and this is just, it's obviously in flux. And if you guys have an opinion on what to do, or maybe some guys to go after, something you see, just feel free to do so. Thad Franklin, obviously, right now is our top prospect that we're looking at. And we're trailing Florida State, but I feel like we've got these 500 points, which is the maximum for our team. There's a way to get more, and we're going to work towards that. But right now, 500 is the max per player per week. So as you can see, we're down 520. And then you look at our bonus points here. So one of the things to look at is like each recruit's got 3 bonus factors, and it figures in every week. As you can see, the weekly bonus factors. And one of the things, like looking obviously right here, is the playing style, which can vary throughout the season. So basically, to get a top tier running back, a power running back, I need to run the ball more and better. And simply put, that didn't happen last game against Clemson. So obviously that's going to be something I'm going to have to do, and I'm looking forward to doing that more. I've talked about how important the running game is and how I want to implement it. And we only have 20% scouted, but since Thad Franklin's a created guy, I remember his ratings being pretty good, so I'm not too worried about that, scouting him. But as you can see right here, the cutoff, and he's 48% locked, so which means he's, fairly close. I wouldn't say fairly close, but some guys are at like 15% locked. So the fact that he's at 48, he's kind of moving this process along. So just looking at it, and you can see, Rice and Old Dominion are the next ones, and UTSA. So, and those guys are quite a few points back. So it really, honestly, I mean, you guys see it. It looks like a Miami Florida State battle, and we've got to jump Florida State. And I'm really hoping that win against Clemson is going to pay dividends. So, as you can see here, not quite, can't schedule a visit with him yet. But yeah, you see it right here. And he's a huge priority for us. We definitely want to land him. And just real quick on the chat, like certainly jump in on the chat if you guys want. Provide some commentary. Let me know what you're thinking with the recruiting. Next guy, Perry George, number 1 defensive end in the country. And we've got some work to do, but the reason why I have him so high, and I feel like earlier I wasn't going to the full 500. I kind of changed that strategy. But, that's just something I want to do now. And the fact that he's from Aventura, like I'm hoping the local angle goes well. And see, look at our weekly bonus points. So the 3 things that he's really interested in, Miami, our school here, he does well, so it's A+ in playing style, so he likes that. And then the conference prestige is good, and then he likes that it's close to home, so we're constantly going to do well. So that's why, even though we're trailing right now, I'm pretty confident that we can jump those schools. And certainly 1,500 points down this early isn't great, but like I said, we're going to see how it goes. I'm confident that, but I want to keep stacking good DNs. And again, he's someone that I definitely want to see his ratings, because as you can see right now, I've scouted him 30%, which it changed those letters to numbers, and you see his overall has gone down too now that we've scouted him. So that's something to pay attention to. So maybe he's not really the best DN in the country, and that's what happens in recruiting. So, and shout out, Jackson. These are the updated rosters for the 2020 season, and basically I had to edit them. I downloaded them through the end of last year, then fixed Miami's, and then I've added some recruits here as well. So there's 13 recruits, essentially real recruits. So that's the thing with Perry George. And then just kind of going ahead with James Williams. You guys, obviously this is a huge battle, and again, we're gonna have to drop him if this looks like it's gonna be a tough battle. And obviously it is. We're 2,000 points down, which normally I would just get rid of, but the fact that he's local, the fact that it's James Williams, The fact that our bonus points are actually pretty good, I want to stick with them. So, and plus, like, I'm in it for the battle. I'm curious to see how this thing goes. Again, his ratings I'm not too concerned with because I remember them being good. But the thing that stands out, not that we're 2,000 points down, but just look at the good schools ahead of them that we're going to have to pass: Alabama, LSU, Georgia, Auburn, Florida, to get in the mix with them. So, and he's 40% locked. So again, that's getting close. Getting close to that cutoff line, but we're just going to push forward. And again, I'm confident, and that's one of the reasons why I want to do this video, is because I think a lot's going to happen between this one and the next week. We have Michigan State, who's ranked in the game, so I think 2 good wins against ranked teams would certainly help with a guy like James. And this is a guy that intrigues me right here. So it's Austin Joseph. The reason why he stands out to me is a 5-star scrambling quarterback, which I like. He's got Miami in on, one of his top schools already. And the thing that stood out to me is that, we need to see some of these ratings, because if he's a scrambling quarterback, if his speed and acceleration aren't there, then we can't go with him. He needs to be a premier speed, because with a scrambler, you're not expecting his power and accuracy to be good in passing. So we'll just have to see how those go. But again, the thing that stood out to me, why I went after him, he's 13% locked, so plenty of room to go. And then if you look at the schools with Ole Miss, Northwestern, Oregon, they're not exactly the toughest schools to beat. So that could be a good thing. But again, it could be just because maybe he's rated too high. So that's just something to pay attention to. So, but yeah, right now, and we're right there. The fact that we're right there gives me a lot of confidence as well. And obviously the 5-star recruiting thing, it gives you a chance, an out-of-state guy, maybe you can create a new pipeline in that state, which is important in this game as well. So with Garrett, obviously he's a guy that Miami's really recruiting. Yeah, shout out. I see that you're not getting James Williams. I know, isn't that crazy? Like, he's obviously going to be difficult for Miami to pull in real life. And look, going back up here, we're 2,000 points down, so that's crazy. But it is what it is. And again, I'm not afraid with drop on guys. Drop them and move on. That's fine, because we need to make sure we get top guys. But Garrett, again, we're trailing with him. And this is the thing that's tough, because proximity to home is important to him. And there's no way for us to change that. So I don't know if this is even worth going after, to be honest. But we're going to try right now early. But again, I'm not afraid of dropping guys. It's cool that he's in the game, and it's cool because he could be in this class. But man, there's only so much you can do, and we'll just see how that plays out. And if you guys have ideas on, again, this is just the current recruiting board, and you can slide guys up and down for sure. So, or take off points. But right now, my philosophy was I want to go strong after these top guys, these top targets, and then just kind of hopefully jump closer to the lead. Brandon Baker was a guy that I've added since the season began, and I'll show you why. So he's a 6'2 corner. Again, the proximity to home, you can't change that, but he likes the tradition of the program, and he's okay. He likes the conference procedure. The ACC's not great, but it's a B+, and it's okay to stay in the race. But the fact that I like him is right now is that his speed and acceleration are both A's, and he's a hard-hitting guy, and his hit power is pretty good for a corner. So if that speed and acceleration holds up, you want that to be like, obviously mid-90s would be fantastic, but definitely in the 90s for a cornerback. So if that holds up at a 6'2", we've got a guy. And again, we're trailing a bunch of schools, 29% locked. That's not bad. And again, you see Auburn's like pushing ahead, and all those other schools, you see the change, see the red arrow going down. That's how many points they lost. But I didn't put that much into them last week, where I just added them. So I'm confident that if we put points into them, you grab those 240 on the bonus, the big win, we'll see how that shakes out. I think he was 7th. I want to make sure, because I want to see how we're going up. Yeah, he's in 7th. So definitely one to watch, and he's someone that I'm really high on if that works out with his speed. Ja'Cory Hammett, obviously he's a commit to Miami, and I really like our chances of getting him, so I want to make sure we close that out. Because look, B+ AA, so we're getting the bonus points. Number 2 outside linebacker in the country. We're trailing right now, but you see Marshall's in the lead. Feel like you can certainly jump that, and then Auburn once again in on a prospect. But again, I cranked up the points on Hammett. I think things are going to I think things are going to change with Hammond. So again, that's the thing. That's why I want to do that. I didn't want to forward a week ahead of time, just because I want to see this thing shake out and then go from again. And we've got a question about scouting Baker. Right now, at 20% scouted, and I've already used it for this week. I'd like to do more, and again, because of the way the recruiting settings are set up right now, obviously, if you guys have played this, you know you can do 100% scouting quickly, and I don't have that set up. We're working towards that, and I'll show those settings in a bit. But definitely want to scout him because, again, if his speed's there, then he's great, and if not, then he's not necessarily someone you want to pursue. Nick Hefner's another guy. I think we're number 1. Yeah, so we're leading by a big margin. That's why I only put 75 points on him. But the thing is, hold on, let's get to his overview. 6 foot 213 is great, and he's classified as a speed back, so you gotta like that. And I like that, we're in the lead here. And here, this is why. So we're gonna get great bonus points every time. So it's AAA. So this guy definitely feels like he's gonna be a part of the class if we want him. And his speed's an A. But again, we got to make sure that checks in right, because if it's an 89 or 88, something like that, that's really tough for a running back speed. So, and then Borregales, I moved him up the list partly because I know he's a fan favorite for you guys, and yeah, shout out right there, jumping in, all about the U for sure, and that's why we're cranking this up. But anyways, especially with this, a kicker 9th priority, you're not going to see that. But the fact that Florida's leading, we've got to change that. I want Borregales to be a part of the program, and so we're just going to go all in. We're going to start with 125. I felt like, yeah, see, this is another one where it's a little tough with athletic facilities because, again, if it's, playing style, things like that, you can change. Even like tradition, or I forgot what it's called, but basically one of them is if you get some wins, maybe it's in the season that can change a little bit, but athletic facilities can't change in the same way with proximity to home. It's just hard to do that, but and he's got good ratings, I remember. But yeah, so the fact that it's 275, I feel good about it. It's a local guy. We're going to put all the points we need and see how that shakes out. Again, now we're starting to get into the guys, and maybe you guys can chime in on this, because this is the philosophy I went with. I want to go heavy on the top guys, make some moves there, and it'd be great to start because you get 35 targets, but you can only sign 25. That's why it says scholarship offered, 25 left. You can offer as many as you want, but you can only sign 25. So anyways, I'm starting to get down to the guys with not a bunch of points. And Michael McLaughlin, he's a UM commit. So we definitely want to go after him, and we've got the good bonus points. So feel good about that out of Pompano Beach. 6'7" tackle. But trailing right now, and I don't know. This is one that I'm a little iffy on, because should I crank out more points for this guy? Because we're down by a bunch. I just would hate to lose out on this guy. It's not necessarily that he's going to be a great player. It's just all the guys that are currently committed to UM, the real players, I want them on the squad. You know what I mean? I know that's what you guys want to see. So I hate to just back off on him, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. But if we'll see how much this next week. And right now it's at 60 points. But if Ole Miss creates this big lead, I don't know. We'll see. I forgot what was this locked at. Was it 20 something? Oh yeah, 46. I just said that. Yeah, 46 locks. So that makes it a little bit more uncomfortable. So Jermaine Campbell, if you guys remember, check out the first video. I was super excited about him. He liked Miami. He had good ratings. I wasn't recruiting him, but the thing is, his speed needs to be better. I'm a little concerned, if his speed's not great, because look, he's considered an athlete, but if his press and zone coverage are terrible, it means he's not a corner. And at 5'10", 185, I was hoping he was a corner. So with that, you see the carry, and it makes you think he's, going to be a running back. But 5'10", 185, maybe he's more of a receiver. And if he's a receiver, that speed needs to be good. So we'll just have to wait to get back on that. In his top schools, I think he's out of Maryland, if I remember right. Sorry. When I look at the overview, yeah, out of Maryland. Yeah, and the schools he's looking at aren't in the area. So I felt good about that. It's tough plucking guys from different one. Yeah, for sure. Go all in on the real life commits. Yeah, you're definitely right, and that's my thinking. It's fun to see these other guys, but Lawrence Seymour, speaking of a real commit, so This guy turned into a monster on this game, and you can see what, I mean, look at these guys. They're going, that's who we have to beat. But we're not, I don't know. I know there's a bunch of good schools ahead of us right now. But again, maybe we need to crank this one up. You know, I'm going to do that. I'm going to try to go more on Seymour because, like I said, this guy wants to go all in on recruits, and I've already started thinking of that. And I'm going to back off on Garrett, to be honest with you guys. I'm going to take 100 off. Again, I like him, and I know that'd be fun, but I don't like that we're so far back, and I don't like that proximity to home is going to be a factor. I'm going to take off more points. Let's crank this up to Seymour. Let's go like 200. If you guys like that amount. And yeah, and also, so you get 33 targets, and basically I'm using all my points for the week. So my plan is, let's go ahead and forward a week, and then we'll start removing guys off the list. If it's not worth it, because I don't, you know, we're starting to get into, it's only our second game, but this is week 3. We had the bye in the first week. Oh, sorry. And then, you know, so we're starting to kind of get into some movement with recruiting. And again, some of these are some real uphill battles. And again, thanks again for jumping on right here on the chat. And hopefully you guys are checking out, you know, the real life recruiting that we have on InsideTheU.com. Just a plug right there. But Khalil Brantley, you know, good, you know, number 7 tight end. I feel like we can beat those schools. We're only 820 down. He likes Miami. The playing style, I just got to get the ball to the tight ends. And you guys saw last game, I think Brevin ended up with 10 catches. So playing style was the one I was talking about, the feature I was talking about earlier that changes throughout the year. I think that's, no, I already said that. No, there's one where if, you know, you get wins and stuff, that definitely helps. So anyways, he's good there. And I feel like that playing style thing's going to go up to an A. So we'll get a good 100 points instead of 15. So I feel good about being able to land Brantley. He's a solid player out of Miami Northwestern. Here's an offensive tackle that jumped on the board. He had Miami high on his list without us recruiting him, so that's why I added him. But obviously, you see right here, and this one's from Florida. There's 2 tackles. This Kareem Jackson, yeah, he's out of Jupiter. I don't like that we're so far back against Florida State. Obviously, you can jump at Northern Illinois, Wake Forest, but and we're getting good bonus points, so you feel good about that. But man, I really want to make him a priority because he's the number 2 tackle in the country, and if that holds out, like, we've got to have good tackles. They're so hard to get. I like the 6'6" size, so you can certainly build on that. And the other thing I want to do, I haven't touched on yet with the recruiting, is I'm going to go through the board a little bit and look for more prospects. I'm almost looking forward to kind of dumping some of these guys and just kind of not starting over, but just go. I want to make moves and not just stick with some of these guys. And Darius Johnson's the guy that I added because he's from Coral Gables. But look, we're 2,000 points at Alabama. Like, is this even going to happen? And I remember from scouting him, it came back good. Yeah, his acceleration's really good. Hold on, what was he on? See, and this is the one that's difficult. So with a guy like Darius from Coral Gables, you want one of his factors to be close, you know, proximity to home, and it's not one of his major factors. So the fact that he's not prioritizing it makes us, you know, it doesn't feel like that would have been certainly a big end for us to make a move with them. And man, even though he's like really good, I feel like his speed's going to come back really high, because usually if the acceleration's coming back good, his speed's going to come back high. And I wish I could, I don't know. This one's tough because we're just so far back against a good school. But I think he's going to be a really good player. And for you guys here, hold on a second. Just real quick. Try to fix something here. Hopefully you guys are still tuned in here. Just real quick, just pausing a little bit. I'm still here, just making sure. I'm just kind of checking here. Yeah, I was just checking the stream. Sorry. So Tim Burns, leader, and not just a leader. The guy shouting out wants to curious who we actually lead for. So Tim Burns is one. Obviously, he's not liking the playing time, but one thing I had some good points on him, and he's the only prospect that wants to visit. You see, he's ready to schedule a visit. It says try to schedule as late as possible, but the way I'm looking at it, like, I kind of want to, you know, if I schedule a visit here, you only get 100 points, but here, real quick, I'm going to show you real quick why. I jumped out real quick. I'm going to go to Tim Burns, and one of the things is with him, I think it's like 13th there, 16th. So look, and here's why. We're so far out in front that's why I almost want to just like lock him up and go for a visit and see how it plays out. Actually, let's do that, guys. It tells us to wait, but I definitely think like let's just go ahead and do this. Maybe if it's closer. So I'm curious if you guys are on, like, who do you think? So these are our home games. So we've got one coming up that's an FCS school, and then Georgia Tech. And then this is a bye week. You can just come during the bye. And these are, so we got North Carolina. See, this is North Carolina, Boston College, Florida State. But I don't really want to wait this long. The Michigan's, oh, man. Should we wait for schedule for week 6? Week 5, because the Michigan State game's on the road again. We had to go at Clemson and now at Michigan State. Let's just do it as soon as possible. I know it's an FCS school, but the fact that we're so many points ahead makes me pretty confident. So let's just do this. Let's see who else. I know what do we got? Bonus goals. So that's what we have to do in the game. So if we get 2 interceptions in the game by our defensive backs or have 4 swatted passes, he'll like that is what they're saying. So if we do that in that game, we have a chance to gain some bonus points. So that's definitely going to be a key. Matire, he's another guy that I think we're in the lead. Yeah, in the lead. And some of these guys in the lead, I just kind of slotted them down because, again, this week I'm kind of targeting. Let's go ahead and make some moves on some guys at the top of the board. Have him at receiver. He's got good defensive ratings. You see right there, he seems like a guy that's going to commit because look, A's across the board. Got a nice lead in the 2 schools behind, North Carolina and USF. Not super threatening programs. Yeah, hurry up and get them up as soon as possible. Yeah, I agree, and that's how I like doing the recruiting. And everyone does it different, but I like locking guys up. And then as soon as you get them committed, that's why I kind of want to push for those guys at the top. Not only just to catch up, but like, let's go ahead and close some of these guys out and get it over with. And then you know what you have, especially like Tim Burns, like cornerback's a priority. So let's go ahead and do that. Tyler Johnson, the one thing that stands out to me is it says he's a 69 overall. And I swear when I created him, I didn't make him that low. Nothing crazy. He's not like an 80, but I'm not worried about that. But yeah, so with that, Georgia Tech and UCF, certainly ways to go, but I want to jump in on this. And playing time thing is important to him, and it's hard for him to get it at Miami. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Again, I have 50 points still to go for the week. So if you guys see a guy that like, hey, let's go after this guy, I'm all for it. Tacking more on. And maybe we go back to Seymour because it's so hard to get. What am I doing here? Okay, prospect overview. Again, same thing with the other running backs. So Mosby, number 6 speed back, and again in the lead. Again, though, the thing with the speed backs, and we're doing okay on the bonus points. Again, out of Alabama. The scouting is they call him a speed back, but you see the speed and acceleration are both B's. And again, if it's under 90, it's not going to be good enough, to be honest with you, for a running back. But you feel good that it's Ole Miss and Auburn, so just need to kind of stay on them, need to put some time into scouting. And then just paying attention that we don't slip on the lead. Here's one that might as well just drop, just because, I mean, look at the schools, and I mean, we're just so far behind. And Savion Collins there, out of Palmetto High School. You'd feel better if those were all A's across the board, so you'd get better bonus points, but it's, there's a weakness there, and 52% locked. I feel like we got a long ways to go. He already, look at that. I just now noticed that he's got 4 visits already scheduled. And I'm gonna, I'm just gonna take this guy off. But he's a commit. I know you guys want the commits. We'll leave him on. We'll leave him on. I don't know why, but we'll leave him on. Again, I want to see how this goes after this week. And I don't want this episode to be too long, but I just want to kind of go through this. And if you guys, this will be back up on the site, so it's live now, but we'll go, it'll be up there if you guys want to look back again. Anthony Hudson was a guy that I found. He's not a he's a 4-star, but yeah, number 42 receiver. I liked him. He liked Miami. I like that let me look real quick. Yeah, 6'5", 228. I felt like he had a good 40 time. But if the speed, I don't know. But I was also looking like if the speed doesn't check out at 6'5", 228, he could be a nice tight end prospect. So he's someone that kind of pay attention to. The only thing is, like, we're kind of trailing a little bit, Florida State and Clemson, but not too far down. So I feel like we can kind of jump in there a little bit. Yeah, it says drop him. He wants to get a drop. I assume that's on Collins because that's who I've talked about dropping, and might as well. Another created prospect, not committed to Miami. There's 3 of them in the game with Garrett, James Williams, and then Yul Keith Brown. I thought this would be fun to recruit. Yul Keith out of Miami Central, fun prospect, but goodness, look at this, guys. We are 2,000 points down. I don't feel like going after this battle. I might as well just take this off because we've got top schools ahead of us, 2,000 points down, and he's 45% locked. So I don't feel good about any of this. So let's go ahead and, man, number 1 receiver. Yeah, I know, man. I know on the chat I see it. Where are you at with Yul Keith? Like, I see it. I know he would be fun, but I don't know. But again, I keep saying I'm gonna drop guys, but let's get through this week and then we'll sort it out. Marco McDonald was like the other tackle I mentioned. He had Miami top 2 without recruiting him, but I look and we're 1,300 down from Valdosta, likes Georgia Tech, so it just seems like uphill battle. I was super disappointed because again, you like the guys that have you high on the list without recruiting them, and then you find out you're in second, just really trailing. And then here's some other guys that just. So we got 2 quarterbacks already on the board that I have higher than Paul Ricks, but Ricks is one to keep in mind because he likes Miami. And I was actually kind of slow playing him on the offer because I wasn't sure if exactly what we wanted. But yeah, we're getting those bonus points. His scouting's, but see, that throw power and accuracy is not great. But actually, I take that back. For a freshman, that's not bad. That's a good starting point. I think he's a pocket passer. Yeah, on balance, so he might have a little speed, so maybe he is something just to keep in mind. And that's why I did offer him. I feel like we don't have to recruit him too heavy because he already likes Miami, and we're pretty close at 285. So I feel like if we want to really push him, we definitely can go him. Yeah, I'm not gonna drop Yul Keith, but just because he's so fun, man. Like he's a guy that national level and in real life, like I don't think he's getting enough respect. To be honest, I just think he's a really good player, playmaker, and that kind of thing. So here's here's the guys I don't have any points on, and if you guys want me to jump in on these guys, I can. But here's why. Like, so Kyle Thomas, he's one of the top safeties in the country. Let me look real quick. So he's number 8, but I remember he had really good speed on his 40 time. And so, and you see, the fact that he's local, you feel good about that. The speed hasn't came back. It says a B, but I remember his 40 time. So I'm confident or hoping that the speed goes up. But again, we're so far back. Like Florida State has a lead on him, so I don't know if that's going to work out. That's why he's at 0 points. Dwayne Ross, again, let me go to prospect overview. One of the top D tackles in the country. Would love to have him. 6'4", 286. That's like, RJ McIntosh all over again, if the athleticism there. But look, playing time, doesn't like that we've got some D tackles, and that's just part of it. And there, we like who we have. And also, guys, if you guys watched the last video, I've got to make a change with Nesta. Goodness, I got to make Nesta's out for the year, so we got to pick a D tackle to go with. I've thought about Jordan Miller. You think about even you could go that route, or just Jared Harrison Hunt. I know people like him. He's a young guy on the team. Go with him. Give him the opportunity. Or Jalar Harley. I got Jason Blissett still at D tackle on the game, but he's he's kind of switched to D end, so I kind of don't want to put him at D tackle. But yeah, Dwayne Ross would be great to have. Too far back though. It feels like. Travis Randall, again, great linebacker, middle linebacker, number 1 in the country, but look how far back we are. Joe Miller, good size and speed out of Hawaii. I thought that would be fun. 5-star recruit, 6'4" out of Hawaii. Like, how cool is this? But just so far back. And Clemson, and anytime Clemson and Alabama pop in on a recruit, you have to be a little hesitant, especially so early. So, okay, I want to wrap this up. I want to go, yeah, you want to do position by position? I'll scroll through that real quick because that's not going to take long. But basically, it's just these 30 guys, and it's kind of about 3 guys per position group. Again, Ricky Rivero had good speed. Yeah, you see the acceleration, 91 acceleration, so speed's probably a 93, something like that. But then you need, see, guys that are out of state, you need them, to get those bonus points because you don't get the extra 50 for a pipeline state. And so we're at B's across the board, and also his top schools are really good, I remember. Ohio State, yeah, and Notre Dame. So just so far back. Joe Thompson was a running back with no speed. We're trailing, and he's a guy that I just kind of like, well, if we get him, he's a power back. Even though he's a 5-star recruit, I remember his speed not being great. And so I thought maybe he'd be a fullback. Yeah, speed 84. See, that's not... I know he's a 5-star recruit, but I can't get over that speed, like make him a priority. That's why we kind of went off him. And just the last 2 guys. And then I'm going to go to recruiting philosophy things that I'll show you that we need to improve on. Real quick. I like the athletes. That's why these guys jumped on the board. But again, Traylon, big time. And then Phil Young. We're closer here. He was one I was thinking about. So maybe you guys have an opinion here. Not too far back. Again, out of Maryland. Here, let me look. You know, the schools right there that were behind. Penn State's obviously closer. And Pitt too. But, yeah, proximity to home's like kind of a factor for him. But none of those schools, other than, you know, it's not super close. So, yeah, I got 50 points here. Sort by the biggest lead. I can sort by... I definitely can sort by the overall ratings. And I might do that. But right now, I just kind of want to put the... I kind of sorted the guys at the top. And a guy like Borregales, I didn't want him to be like number 1 on the board. So... But I definitely want to make Thad Franklin the priority. He's my number 1 pick. So here, I want to go. I'll just put these 50 on Seymour if you guys are good with that. I don't know, man. In this, I guess he's. It's not that we're 785 down that worries me. It's the fact that all those schools in front of him. But we're gonna do this. We need to. Let's do this. Let's move him up a little bit here. I'm just gonna slide him up, and that's just for our reference point. Again, Hefner's good. Only 75 points because we got that big lead. Feel pretty confident that. And if those guys aren't down 800, if they're not recruiting them, I like that fact that we can get him. Again, I want the speed to come back. So here, real quick, I'll shift this to positions. So again, it's like 3, 4, 5. Here's kind of our priority with what we're looking at. Austin Joseph, again, he's the quarterback that I'm eyeing right there. I know he's light. The 174 might be a little scary. But yeah, I feel like my thinking is go in on him if it doesn't work out. And Garrett, I'm not real confident in, but Paul Ricks, I feel like we're not recruiting him that well, but he likes Miami. So I feel like if he's kind of a good backup plan. And maybe he's a guy that we just make more of a priority. Yeah, I like that too. I like that philosophy. Once you start winning games, you can swing some guys. I agree. That's why I'm hoping this Clemson thing made a big deal. And then just need to keep it going because against a ranked team, against Michigan State, would be big too. But definitely not overlooking them. That Clemson game was tough, and I feel like every game's going to be tough. I'm not going to lie, especially because I'm going on Heisman mode again. I'm not going to go back to All-American. Like I said, I know some of you guys didn't like that, and that's fine. I just want to kind of get my feet wet real quick, jumping into this thing. Receivers a fun one. I want to get good receivers. I definitely, again, Hudson. Not as high on him, and then Browns probably might get dropped, and Miller. So we might have to sort this board out, and then Darius Johnson on Coral Gables. So we might have to go with all new receivers next week. And then Khalil Brantley, the 3 tackles. Definitely need to get at least one of these guys. Man, I hate seeing how far down we are on these guys. And Seymour, let's grab him. And you guys saw his brother committed not too long ago, 2023. We don't have 2023 recruits on the game though. But I want to keep this thing going. I'm not going to lie. I like that we got some real recruits in here. Kind of makes things more interesting, even though they might not all end up at Miami. Hammett's the one. So we're down 590. I want to remember that because he's the one I want to see us jump. I want to jump in the top with him. Middle linebacker, remember, it's a good one. 2 corners. Baker's the one that I'm really intrigued by, but we got to jump. We got to get in that mix. And then Burns, we scheduled that visit, so let's feel good about that. Okay, I'm kind of done with this, guys. And I appreciate the feedback. This is great because, again, I want you guys to be a part of this as well. And if you guys have strategies and things you want to try and do, so I'm going to show you this real quick. Actually, I need to turn these off. I'm going to turn all. I don't want any of this. I don't want the computer jumping in. I want this to all be stuff we're doing. And it shouldn't have played into a factor yet. Anyways, with the visits, it's usually kind of like a late season thing. They throw in. You don't want to get stuck with some guy not highly rated, and they make a guy visit and the whole thing, and then he becomes in your recruiting class because again, you only get 25. Real quick, I'm going to bounce out of this and look at the coaching tree, the skill tree. Okay, if I would have. I kind of went with a different route. Most people would go all in on recruiting levels and unlock all these extra recruiting stuff, but I went with the game management, the kind of more the in-game stuff. I knew we had a tough game against Clemson and Michigan State early on, and I wanted to just make sure we were getting wins early. And also, like looking back, I would have balanced it more, but also I wanted the challenge with recruiting. And so here's where we're at right now. So basically, you unlock. You see, if you haven't played this game, but there's locks that you have to get to, and locksmith isn't a great skill. We're not going to worry about that one. But scouting is such a big one. So definitely want to start unlocking that. And the other one, opener, would be good to have already, but it's through weeks 1 through 7, and that will definitely help you get more recruiting points. Definitely would like to have that. But not too concerned. Feel like we can hopefully get it by week 7. Hopefully get in there. Closer, we'll be ready for that. Road treatment, it's okay. Not too concerned about pipelines, letter of intent type stuff. The kitchen sink is a big one. Just the extra points that you get. Instant commit, it's cool, but and maybe next season we're in on that, but it's kind of a fun thing. It's not necessarily super helpful, but it's kind of fun if once as soon as you click the button to offer scholarship, you get the instant commit. So it's just more of a cool thing to me, to be honest. But we need we got to get the scouting. We need to unlock all 3 of those, and then the opener, we need to unlock all 3 of those. Those are kind of the keys right now, and then make sure we're ready to be the closer. So those are kind of the 3 we're looking at right now. Kitchen sink would be great, but now you're starting to look at some levels we need to unlock. So basically you get points and things like that. So Blake Baker, here we go. No upgrades, we got some ways to go. And then Rhett Lashley, again, ways to go to upgrade him, but that's his tree. Manny Diaz gets the double tree with the recruiting. We went all in on game management. Want to make sure all those things were full, but I'm not going to touch those probably for a long time, to be honest with you. They're kind of just bonus stuff, but I want to, again, make sure the team was right. Hey, appreciate you stopping by and the feedback. Question from Randy: why do you have FSU leading for Franklin? That's how the game's set up. I'm going to get back into the recruiting stuff. Oh, I want to unlock. Oh, I want to show you the. Okay, here we go. Sorry. Let me get back into the recruiting board. And just real quick, Randy, like it's not something that I set up. It's the game. Like they have it set up where basically I put them in the game and then all of a sudden it kicks back and Florida State just happens to be in the lead. And it makes sense that it's an in-state school, that kind of thing. But it's okay. We've got a battle. And again, I'm going to put all 500 points. That's the most we can allot to a prospect each week. So basically it goes into the pile and we're down 520. So, and then you also get the 290 bonus. So anyways, you're hoping that you start to cut into that deficit. And then also I want to look at, let's, you know what guys, let's jump right in. I'm kind of done with this week. And again, shout out to everybody that's been watching the Dynasty, the games, that huge game against Clemson. And here we go. Let's just jump ahead to the next week. Oh yeah, we get Michigan State. They're ranked 16th. We should, I'm gonna be honest, we should crack the top 25. I think we're like 26th heading into last game, 20, something like that. At least on one of the polls. So we should be ranked. And I feel like that's going to be a good thing. And obviously, guys, anytime you see Miami with a ranking by it, you got to feel good about it. So we need to climb up, man. I want to be top 10 as soon as possible. Yeah, it shouldn't take too long. But yeah, they're just going through playing styles and kind of evaluating everything. But yeah, I'm definitely excited to see how much that win made a difference. And that's cool. Tim Burns wants to visit. I'm glad we went ahead and did that. I was a little hesitant. I didn't like the idea of waiting. Let's go ahead and lock these guys into visits. And see some other guys. Maybe some other ones will be a little more strategic, but the fact that we have that huge lead for Tim. Oh, there we go, guys. The huge news. Look at that. That's exactly what we wanted. So if you guys are in on this, I need your input. Like, when do we schedule a visit? Do we wait? And look at we got some coach experience points. That's based on what we did last game, so those are all cool. All adds up. Not a lot, the 50s, but the 50s are adding up. Obviously, win a game 100, but a top 5 you get the extra 100. ESPN Classic game. Yeah, so the 3 sacks. The sacks I feel good about because we had a bunch in the first game too, so I feel like we're gonna get that plus 50 every game. Okay, good. So that's good. Let's add to that and hopefully unlock those things for the recruiting tree. Just kind of adds to it. There we go. 4250. Some guys must have dropped off. Hold on, let me. Real quick, I want to see how close we are. So that we moved up a little bit, so we're at 1630 on the points. So yeah, we got to get 3680. Okay. I think it might have done an autosave. I wasn't paying attention, but just want to make sure we get this thing saved. Moving ahead to the next week. And I guess the plan is, like, I like doing these like longer form recruiting stuff. And this is just the start of it. Because there's more. Again, one of the things I want to do, man, I have to like make sure I don't hit the wrong button here. Let's look at the board. But one of the things we could do is look at all prospect. You can sort by 40s and all that and start discovering some guys. And I'm excited about that as well. Dang. So that's a little disappointing because we were 590 down on Thad Franklin. And now it's at 570. So we did not make that playing style. See, I have got to run the ball. One of the things, and I'm definitely going to try to run the ball against Michigan State. Okay, so he's got a week 12 visit. And look, we're definitely going to make that cutoff. It's definitely just Miami, Florida State. Let's see. So we better take that week 5 visit. So because if it's coming down to the wire, they locked in on theirs on plus 600. We got to do the plus 500. Man. I'm looking at the score thing. I don't exactly sure how it works. Because look, it's plus, like, how they get the plus 600. Maybe you guys know. But the plus 600 for them, that's good for them, but bad for us. Because look, we can only get like plus 200 if we go this time. And that's it. Like, we can only, I was thinking maybe we get if it had to do with a competitive game thing like that, and like Florida State, but we only get 100 points if he visits there. 100 on these games. I do not like that. I want that plus 500. How do we... I need to look this up because I don't understand why we can't just lock into that 5th visit, but man, that's frustrating. I'm looking at, like, if that's what it is, let's just schedule against Florida State, beat them, and then hopefully impress him and make him drop Florida State. Man, this is a little disappointing, guys. We're not jumping in. Okay, Austin Joseph, that's one. So we moved in the lead with him. So that's big. That's big. 5-star quarterback. I want to scout him real quick because I want to make sure he's going to be our quarterback of the future. Okay, 87 acceleration. That's pretty good. Throw accuracy 75. That's pretty weak. Like, you guys remember Paul Ricks was like 83, 84. So that's pretty low, but that's something you can kind of work on. His overall dropped after that last scouting. So that's a little suspect, but man, it's a 5-star recruit. Man, but all right. So I want to do that one real quick. How are we doing on everyone else here? See, Garrett, we're trailing by so much. Okay, Baker was one that I was excited about. Okay, one of the things you can look at the change. So we went down 60. So we lost 60 points off Auburn, even going 500 and 240. But you know, we still got a ways to go. It's only 40% locked. I don't know. Okay, let's make sure we look at his scouting. He's one I wanted to scout too. I definitely want the speed and acceleration to come back. And we didn't get it. Okay. See, Ja'Cory Hammett was a guy I wanted to see us jump up. Sorry, I'm rotating through. Lost 20 points off Marshall. No idea why Marshall's in the lead. Seymour, okay, see, that's big. So we go plus 155. So we move up a little bit. I think it's just going to be a battle with him. Like, we're going to just keep, if we get 150 again, you know, we're right there. And you see Ohio State, Michigan, Oklahoma all going down. You got to feel like it can pass Central Michigan. We're trending in the right direction. So it's looking like it'll be looking like just off the top right here. Alabama, Maryland, and Miami. Yeah. So we're just going to stay on him. I definitely want to go more points on him. Oh, yeah. Hefner's the guy. I want to scout these running backs real quick. Make sure. Let's get the speed back. That's what we want to see. Didn't get it back. And then let's look at the other running back. Mosby. Yeah, in the lead, but definitely, okay, let's go to scouting. Just because you're in the lead, so that B, we need those things to somehow be in the A's, the 90s. It didn't come back. We got to just keep Franklin there. Again, on the scheduling thing, I'm thinking just like, let's just bring him home and then do it against Florida State. Might as well just do that. Because I don't know what else to do. I don't know how to get those that plus 500. And I like that. I like putting more on it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just hold off on that. I wish I knew the best way, because I want to get him. I don't want to, you know, he's not just a throwaway guy. I want to make sure we get him. Let's see how we're doing on leading for Joseph. I'm just kind of scrolling through. Down a bit. I like that we made move on Seymour. Hefner's still in the lead. I like that it's by a lot. Okay, that's a big news, guys. So we jumped Florida big time for Borregales, so you got to feel good about that. We're moving, you know, we're still down by a lot. His percent locked, it was like 40, so yeah, 60%. So he's getting close to locking his schools. Man, but we're not. We've got a ways to go. You know what? It's fun to look at all this stuff, but I need to make some decision on guys. Let's just start moving some guys off. Let's start at the bottom, and I want to like clean all this up. Phil Young, we're just down. We're gonna take him off. Yeah, we didn't make any points on these guys. There's no point in them being on. Brandon Johnson's fun. We're just so far down. I hate that. I feel like you get the bonus points. 50% lock though. I don't like that. These are good guys, but it is what it is. I wasn't big on Joe Thompson. Let's get rid of him. Yeah, 2,000 points down. They're getting locked in. Rivera, thanks for playing. DeMarcus James, close to the cutoff, but down 1990. Get rid of him. We've got to start over our recruiting board. Yeah, we lost 750 points off that by not recruiting them, so we're obviously going in the wrong direction by not putting any points on these guys. Yeah, we're not all in on him. Just too many points back. Again, I like the idea of Thomas, but I hate that we're down so many points. Again, Paul Rick's holding on. McDonald's was the one. Yeah, I don't like this. He's just going to go to Georgia Tech. We'll see him in the ACC. Keith Brown. You guys want me to stay on him? I need to give him some points then if we're going to try it. Oh, man, 2,500 points down. Let's just slow down on that. Okay, this is interesting. So we moved up with Anthony Hudson. And we're right behind Florida State. We're in this battle by only putting like a little points on him. And we're only 370 down. But I know he's a 68 overall, and that's terrible. But like I said, I remember he had a good 40 time. So maybe this is just kind of like a diamond in the rough. So let's go ahead and scout him. Oh, boy. Oh, my goodness. I told you he had a good 40 speed. Now look at it. Comes back as a 96, 78 jumping. The guy, oh my gosh, we got to move him all the way up. We got to move him all the way up the board. Let's go ahead of Hefner. Oh my goodness. That's huge. We've got to go all in. We've got to steal this hidden gem. I can't believe we found this guy. 6'5", 228, High Point, Florida. Shout out to High Point, Florida, wherever the heck that is. Oh my goodness. I'm excited about this. We finally get some good news. I mean, Franklin wants to visit, Burns is visiting. Like, we're getting some good news, but I feel like we're behind on a lot of guys. So what do we got to do here? We need to, let's do all this. Let's go 500 on this guy. 96 speed at 6'5". Yeah, we've got to crank that up. All right, where were we? Man, that's exciting. I'm glad about that. Okay, Collins was a guy I hate to tell you guys, he's going to be the first commit that we are dropping. Sad news, but look, he's got 4 visits locked in. He already has leaders in the green. He's getting close to, hold on, let me look. Yeah, 70% locked. We're just too many points down. That's just a Florida State, South Carolina. I guess we got to root for South Carolina at this point, right? But we got to take him off. I'm going to leave him on the board so you see his name, but Keith Brown, we're just down by 1,000,000 points. I like Mosby that we're in the lead, but I just want to make sure he's a good guy. a good player. So Tyler Johnson kind of moving up. We lost 395. So we've got to essentially recruit heavier. We're getting more bonus points than any other school on the board, the 315. But we've got to put more than 100 points if we want to start cutting into that. I guess I got to do it. Guys. We need to start. So we lost 4. So if you do the math there, they might be putting like 500 points on them. Something like that. So this is a way to, like, I don't know if that's enough. I don't know. But the thing is, no, we got to go all in. Look at the schools. It's Georgia Tech, UCF. We can have better seasons than them and steal him. Yeah, we're gonna get this dude. I'm surprised he hasn't wanted to visit yet. We're getting really close. I'm gonna stick at 25. Burns again. I only need to do 25 points. We are so far out in the lead. We're gonna lock him up. There's Johnson. He's the one I wanted. I don't want to scout him because it costs 50 points, but you guys know that I like him, but we're not. 740 down. They're going all in on him, so we're going to take the points off, take him off the board. Kareem Jackson was the tackle. We're too far off. 500 points. We are not cutting into that. Let's get rid of him. We slipped on. Oh yeah, I want to scout Jermaine Campbell. I need that speed to come back again, and also because he's an athlete, try to get an idea. Okay, this dude's interesting. So it's finesse, that power move. That's defense. Sorry, I was wondering why that, if he's on offense, if he's not, why wouldn't that be hard? But anyway, spin move 86, juke move 89, carrying 89 makes me think he's a running back. Small running back, acceleration 83. He's got to have crazy speed, or he's just not gonna. He's just gonna kind of be a guy, because if you can get passed over so easily on this game. So we have 21. We can add some targets. We've used almost all of our points. We are not gonna get this dude. And honestly, if we're going all in on Austin Joseph with Ricks there, we just gotta cut our losses here. I feel like it's just kind of wasted points with Garrett. I don't like that he's at 72 either. But like I said, I wouldn't have made him a 72. He would probably be decent. So TCU's on the move, proximity to home. Let's just cut this back. All the other points are fine. We gained a bunch there. I'm actually gonna try to like play that a little bit. Just because we got a little bit of a lead. Let's look at Mosby as well. How big is the lead? 55. So let's just stick with that until Ole Miss starts like leaping us. But they lost. It's 5 more than them. So, well, we lose 50 points on bonus stuff. So if you do the math, if they still put 50 points in on them, you know, we got the lead of 125, but that'll quickly go away. But again, I want to make sure that the scouting's coming back right on him before we go crazy on the recruiting. Collins, again, we need to just slide him down to the bottom. Paul Ricks just kind of chilling. I don't think we might have a tough time because look, Texas is getting all the bonus points over us. And while we're in that, you know, we got to be careful if we're not putting our points in on them. But also, guys, we still have, you know, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but we still have N'Kosi Perry and Tate Martell on the roster, and Tyler Van Dyke. So maybe the freshmen wouldn't just step in next year. I like that idea, though. It's fun playing with the freshmen. It's super nerve-wracking, though, because they're not as good as you want them to be. Yeah, we are making this dude a priority. I can't believe that came back. I know it says a 70 overall, but we need to look again. That 96 speed, that's crazy. We gotta, no, let's look. He's going ahead of James. We'll put him right behind James Williams. Anthony Hudson, welcome to the squad. We need to search High Point, Florida. If you guys know where High Point, Florida is, or what it's about, but man, this dude's going to be an All-American. I'm excited. We've got that. I'm so excited. It's so fun to find a guy that's not highly regarded. I know he's a 4-star, but he's number 42 receiver, so he was down there. And let's go look for some more of those guys. And I know that this episode's getting long, guys. Goodness. And I'll figure out how to do this. That's why I didn't want to... Okay, real quick. That's why I didn't want to do a whole thing on it. So these are the guys I sorted by interest level that has Miami in the lead. So here's a 3-star guy. Man. 3-star. He's a 3-star, which it's not that I'm looking at. It's more that a 68. 63, we can't do anything with that. 69 there. Holy smokes. You guys want to go after this dude? 6'7" D end out of Pinellas Park. His 40's not great, but his squat 640 is really high. I think I don't know if I've seen 700. We'll sort by that, but yeah, let's add this dude. Greg Rousseau part 2, or Calais Campbell part 3. We got a tight end here. What was his overall? 66. Okay, that gives you an idea. If any of these overalls pop up, let's see if any of the 40s. I always like getting the speed guys. Boregalis, there we go. Well, this is interesting. Man, I know he's a 2-star. Maybe this is too much of a reach, but the fact that he's a 74. What's this guy's height and weight here? Oh yeah, 6 foot 224. He loves Miami. 100 points up. We'd be getting good bonus points. B plus AB. I don't know, guys. Is this what? Let's go ahead and, man, a 2-star though. Isn't that crazy? 74. I gotta do it. I gotta just add. Maybe we'll scout him. Dang, he's 1,800. 1,836 players better than Chad Boyd. JUCO guy. Let's give him. I like that he's a coverage linebacker. Okay, whatever. Like, I like that. Like, we'll do that. I don't want to do the whole recruiting class like that. But if he's a 74 overall. Yikes. Okay. So we're not number one on. We're not leading by any guys that are a 4-star. At this point in the game, we've got work to do. So, but we're second. Okay, here's one right here, real quick. Brandon Johnson. That was the one that we dropped. I think it's because we were just too far down, guys. Yeah, we're second place, but look how far back we are. You don't get points for second place. Franklin, we're staying on that. Ooh, another tall receiver. He didn't have that crazy speed that Hudson had, the 4.66. But again, at 6'6", 216, I feel like you just slide him over to tight end if the speed's not really there. I don't like that squat. Goodness, that's not good. This dude's not very strong. McDonald, again, we just dropped him. We're too far back on Georgia Tech. Booth, again, dropped him. I think. No, that's not right. It was a different guy. The speed's not. Quarterback there at Lake Wales. I don't know. Nothing's standing out to me yet of guys that we definitely got to go after, except for this guy, Anthony Hudson. Anthony Hudson to the U. I like it. I like that there's a U in his name. But anyways, man, the overall is like, I want them to be in the 70s. Here's a guy out of Georgia, though. How far back are we? A JUCO athlete. How intriguing is that? 4.48. Squats terrible. How the heck? Why the heck is his bench? What does this guy look like? His bench press is 400 and squat 220. Who? Sorry, just thinking. We're down by a bunch. I'm going to add him, though. This guy seems fun. I'm going to add him. We'll see if he was really 76. Overall, that'd be crazy. And the athletes are fun because you got to figure out what position they're going to play. Pembroke Pines. We're trailing FIU. That loss last year was brutal. Here we go, 60. Okay, these guys are just not. I like seeing a guy from Belgrade. Shout out to Belgrade. I always like prospects pop up from there. Bradenton. This guy's intriguing. 16%, that's good. That means it's right at the beginning. So even if we're trailing, I'm going to add him, but I'm going to show you, even if we're right there. But the fact that he's not really being recruited, the squad is monster squad. That is great. 670, we got to remember that. Montel Jordan. Man, 55. Sorry, I was looking at other stuff. Okay, these ratings, man. Okay, let's get off this. Okay, let's see if there's any guys across the country. Thomas Wright, he was a guy I don't even think I targeted him, or maybe I think I had him in. You know what? I had him at the very beginning, but the fact that he was from Gainesville, 5-star, I just didn't feel good. And it's already a 63%, and Florida's even struggling too. He's going to Alabama. Man, this speed is crazy. So we got an athlete here. Cortez Alexander. Only 30% lock. How does this one look? But look, all three of us, his top 4 schools are from California, so you know that's probably a priority. I bet I don't even need to look. Proximity to home is most important thing. So skip that. Jason Clark. That 4.32 speed as an athlete. Same way with L. Barber. Luke Barber. Can't believe that guy's bench press was so. It's like twice as much as a squat. What does that guy look like? Dang, playing style? Well, what position are you? They just don't like any of his style, any of the way we play. Some of you guys were super critical last game. That's all right. I can handle it. I know it's got to get better. We've got 25 on the board. I feel okay. This is the guy. I'm just gonna add him. He's high on it. Let's add him. Sorry. 5'9" corner. How do you guys feel about that? Miami's had some good ones lately. I like. Okay, let's. Oh no, he's at 65% lock. Why did I even add this dude? Because he's fast. 60% lock. I forgot to. So far back though, 1,800 points. We gotta let's take him off the list. That'd be fun, but man, we're not at the point. This is like beginning of the season stuff. I should have been doing more of. I certainly was. But I don't like that we're just being down by so many points. What's this guy? 5-star athlete. Not even interested. Okay. Joe Miller, that was. Yeah, see, I already went through the 40 stuff. Look, some guys are popping up, but let's look at squat. Maybe there's some guys that pop up in squat with O-line, D-line. Yeah, where's their target? Brock. Brock's the one I'm really interested in. The 670 squat, look at that. Tied for fourth highest in the country. Alfred Brock. We're going after these JUCO guys. I like it. Yeah, he committed to Michigan. He was on our board, and then Randall's another big time guy. That's why those guys are up there. Gotta have good squats, evidently, to be a good, highly regarded linebacker. All right, we're not even in the mix. The locks are high. I like, again, if we can get some like under 25%, let's take a look at them, even if our interest level, and these guys just aren't interested in Miami right now. McDonald again, we dropped him. All right, this isn't working as well as I would like. Let's just look at Florida stuff. Shout out to the rapper. What do we got? 10,000. Rapper. Who is your NFL team? Favorite team is the Chiefs. That's where I grew up. Last year was super exciting. I know it's. If you hear that, you're like, oh, you're just jumping on. No, I've been on them for a long time now. So yeah, last year was fun. That's the squad. Really excited about the draft. Hopefully you guys are excited about the NFL draft, about who your squad picked. I assume it's going to be a lot of Miami fans. You guys got to be excited about Tua. But yeah, and just all the draft picks, really. Like, it's cool when a team can like load up on the draft. Like, you can really help your team out so quickly with the draft. You fill so many holes where you get some starters and you get them on the good contracts, so you can help with free agency with your salary cap. So, and it was cool. Just the draft was actually like a real event. You know, we haven't had with sports and stuff, and I'm trying with this stuff. And you guys are okay. What am I doing? I'm just kind of like. Okay, there are a lot of okay. So we're just looking at Florida prospects. Those are the best in Florida. Again, Wright was the guy I dropped. Hammett's one of the best in the. You know, you see Seymour's the best in the state. Darius Johnson was a guy I liked, but I'm not getting him. Let's see if I'm just looking at overall ratings. If a guy pops up, Andrew Miller. We just looked at him. Yeah, sorry. I want to look at how far back we are. Man. So you see the icon there with the sheet of paper and the pen or whatever. That means they've offered a scholarship. So that can help. But the fact that Alabama's already offered, we're back. Don't like that. Don't feel good about that. Kareem Jackson, we talked about that. Guys, this isn't looking great in the sense of, okay, who's this guy? West Palm? Are we going to have to go after... Oh, he's 73% locked. I like the idea of going after a West Palm quarterback. Jacoby Brissett all over again. All right. How far back are we? Oh, boy. You like Miami without us recruiting them, but we're going to have to play... I wonder... Hopefully we could set the schedule a little bit better next season. It was a little tough. Well, next year's going to be different because I can pick out what I want. This year was like, you know, I get to play Michigan State. I would have loved to have added UAB to the schedule, but it's so hard because they lock in your conference teams on this game, and you're kind of stuck. So I want to at least play Michigan State in non-conference and Temple. Those were the priorities. And then they throw in Clemson, which it's cool. Like, I'm glad we got that win, but, you know, I want it to be as real as possible. I'm just kind of like looking for something. I'm looking for something to pop. Is this guy 4.5 speed? I don't like the squat, man. Again, what do we got here? We can jump all those schools. Florida State's probably not going to recruit this guy. If those are, yeah, if his speed's not there. Again, I want one of these running backs to pop with like 95 speed, like Noel Devine type. Like, just be, doesn't matter his size, but if he just pops with speed, we can at least put him as a kick returner. So let's just see if this guy has it, the 4.5. He's at 54% lock. This is a guy we need to look at. 31% lock, so we can make up some time. I don't like that he's a 69. We're going to get the Hudson guy because we're going to go all in on him, and I don't know if everybody else will, so we're going to grab him. And I always, you know what, when I'm doing this stuff, I always forget like what we have on the team. We have 4 freshman receivers on the team. Just looking at this stuff on, man, I appreciate these comments dropping in here. So focus on the recruiting board, but definitely want to see your guys' comments because, yeah, 305 Films, throwing up the hands with the U. Love that. I'm glad you guys are super into the Hurricanes. I know this isn't the easiest time. Just with everything going on, not necessarily the squad. The squad, I think you guys are going to be excited about with what you see. I think Derek King is going to change a lot of people's minds about UM. Diehard Bears fan. Yeah, that's awesome. And one of the things with the, real quick with the Derek King face of the franchise, so new episode coming on tomorrow, playing the national championship game for the Hurricanes, and then we go into the combine, the draft. I definitely want to get the 50 likes so we can do another one real quick. I want to see what team he gets drafted by, and I'm kind of curious what you guys are hoping to see him go to. And you guys know the quarterback situations around the league. So what would be a good fit, that kind of thing. Yeah, but the Bears was, you know, I know they got the young guy with Trubisky and obviously got Foles, but yeah, just kind of curious what squad that King should go to. I'm kind of not doing much right now. What are we doing here? I don't like the four. Yeah, I'm not blown away. He's a 69 overall. We're trailing Florida State. Florida State's offered. Clemson offered this guy. I don't see it. Okay, this is a huge safety. What do we got here? I'm not worried about the 313 national ranking. See, look. I was intrigued, but Alabama's intrigued. I don't like that we're down. Well, hold on. Let's look at, maybe he wants to stay home. Let's see, if he had proximity to home like as one of his top 3 priorities, but the fact that he has those 2 things, all 3 of those things, Alabama would rate higher, so they'd be getting better bonus points, even though it's out of state. Yeah, I like that. I like that Texas. You know, and if you guys have followed recruiting for a long time, you guys know that Miami's recruited well out of Texas. It's kind of dropped off over the years. Look at the interesting 3 schools: Florida State, Tulane, Miami. The 4-5 isn't great. Yikes! Why is he not like? I'm trying to think at corner. What do we? I don't know. We've got guys coming back for next year, but we don't have a bunch of corners on the team. This guy's 68 overall, acting like Miami's. I like seeing, I know it's like not a huge deal, but I like seeing the cities pop up in recruiting games because it's just fun to see like, okay, this guy's from there, and then you're kind of doing like, either you try to find your hometown or those kind of things. So, speaking of which, I wonder if I should do mine. Man, guys, this is not okay. I want to be blown away with some guys, and I'm not. Okay, what about Florida? Let's look at maybe Florida receivers, because we're gonna be dropping all those receivers. And you know what? If we get Hudson, I'm just trying to think a little bit. You know, we'll still have Pope and Wiggins coming back, and then the 4 freshmen and Peyton. So we don't really need, you know, if we add Hudson to the mix, I guess my thing is like, I want to recruit receivers because it's fun, but we don't need to. We're gonna get, but I want to move him to, I don't know, he wants to play receiver. That's why I have him as a receiver in the game, but I guess we shouldn't be worried about that. What positions do we really need? I guess I'm just confident, like not confident, but just like, you know, we've got guys on the team coming back, and I don't know. The DN stuff is a lot of fun in terms of having Rousseau, Roche, Phillips, and Harvey. Like, you want to have 4 great DNs always. That'd be great to have. And one of the things next game, I definitely want to get the younger guys in the game. So it goes Michigan State, then the FCS team. So we're definitely going to be playing them all there. I don't want to redshirt guys. I want to get them out there, even if they don't play a ton. They played in the 4th quarter of the first game against Temple that I cut off on the video. And again, it's not that there's nothing to be necessarily ashamed about. It was just really sloppy. Nothing happened, and the video was getting long. And also, I'm thinking about, I've been going 8-minute quarters. I think I'm going to drop that down to 6. Those videos are getting a little long. What are we doing here? Kind of talking and look. Okay, let's just add, I don't know, 66 overall. What are we going to do with this? I don't know. Okay, let's see if there's any, we're sorting it by bench press, but let's sort by overall. Best DNs in the state. Let's go the other way. Yeah, 6'6", that'd be nice. Let's see if there's any. What's this guy doing? 5'11", 223 out of Sunrise. I'm gonna go ahead and guess he's not gonna be very good. Ooh, Sweetwater, 6'6" D end. I like that. He doesn't have top schools. Nobody's offered him yet. We're jumping in on him. Rob Wilson. Shout out to the Miami Heat. All right, let's look here. Ooh, another 6'7" guy. Guys, we were trying to find the next Greg Rousseau. But look, his speeds, I like that. Oh, Wilson here is a 4'6'8". Goodness. That makes him one of the fastest DNs in the country. Ronnie Davis. Abraham Reed. I don't know. Okay, I guess. Nebraska. Okay, real quick, if you guys haven't seen, so tonight, later tonight, is the 9:30 on NBC Sports Network. You guys, most people have that channel. It's not like the ACC network, but 9:30 they're going to show the '94 championship game against Nebraska, and obviously Miami doesn't win that game, but I'm setting up a watch party, and hopefully you guys come in. We can watch it together. We can chat about the game, but dude, like, if you guys haven't seen that team had like Ray Lewis, Warren Sapp, The Rock was on it. You know, that team like had a bunch of Earl Little was on the team. Like, there's other good players on the team that either maybe you didn't see or, you know, I know there's earlier we had a James Stewart fan. So yeah, oh, here we go. Yeah, the Rapper 10,000 again jumping in on Jalen Hurts. I'm seeing that you guys are posting this. I'm just like late to seeing them. I'm like slow on the recruiting board. I think it's because we're over an hour in. I need to cut this down. We might as well be wrapping this up soon because I'm not getting much done. Let's see if okay. Let's just do this. We'll add these guys. Let's look at the points. Let's see if we want to scout these guys, offer them, that kind of thing. Kind of keep this thing moving. I felt like it was moving pretty good, a decent earlier, but now I'm kind of going slow. I'm still excited about Hudson, though. Hope you guys are, too. You guys are the first to know. This is a live stream, so you guys saw it happen firsthand. And I'll drop it in the next video, but I'm not going to be as excited then as I am right now. Goodness, Anthony Hudson, because I was excited initially that I found him. His ratings didn't come back good, and we were trailing, but now we're like jumping right back into that. Okay, who's our new guys that not scouted? So these are the 8 new guys that we just added to the board. Let's go ahead and who were we okay, Brock was a guy I remember being excited about. Let's go ahead and do some scouting. So we only have 250 points right now. You guys want to just offer them without scouting them? Like, I kind of just want to offer them. Where are we at with stuff? 145. Has Florida offered? Okay, they have not offered. It would show up on the right-hand side after extras where it says none. I think it would be right there. There should be... Yeah, I guess that's where it would be on this board. So they've not offered, so we don't have to rush to that. Psych on around though, but let's give them some points. I'd rather just recruit them like this. So yeah, we're gonna get 340 on the bonus. That's good. Look at that. Yeah, let's we're gonna put some points on them. I trust the judgment there. And who else? I remember Rob Wilson. We need to jump on this guy's board because he's tall D end. So 200 points more left. Clemson's going after this dude. Yeah, 6'7" guy out, but they've not offered. We need to scout these. I can't be going on a 66 overall. I can't do that. Let's scout them first and see. Ooh, 70. So he goes up 1 overall. I don't know if 70's good. Is 70 good for a D end? I'm not quite sure. Oh yeah, and the JUCO guys, those were intriguing. I remember that. Boyd, and they have the little icon by their faces. James Lewis. Oh yeah, we got 3. So we got 3 JUCO guys. We are discovering some hidden talent out of the Jayhawk conference. Okay, here we. Oh, Miami. There we go. Okay, let's just trust these guys' ratings. Let's just put the points on them. Let's go 50 on Lewis. I don't know. Let's go. This guy's all in. Let's we need to scout this running back. Because again, on the running backs, I always want to make sure the speed's right, or otherwise we can skip that. Obviously, we can jump all those schools because Florida State's probably not going to offer them. But if the speed's not there, okay, we need to get. Well, I want to put some points on these guys. Maybe I shouldn't jump to that. I don't know. 49.50. Where's the running back? Let's go scout him. Probably overran it. It'd be great if we get that speed. I wish we could just pick it. That's not how it works. Here we go. All right. Goes up a little bit, I guess. So that's our 5,000 points. And as far as the scouting, I guess right now we're just going to add these guys and then we'll come back. But I want to recruit these guys. I like the Brock guy. I'm excited about him. Because again, at least we're like in the mix. But those guys haven't, Florida State haven't offered. So we're going to do that. What'd you guys decide on? I guess you guys didn't decide. I've got to decide what to do. What are we going to do with Thad Franklin, guys? That'd be the last thing I'd like to figure out here. So if you guys are just jumping on, he wants to schedule a visit. Where are we at? On visits. Try to schedule as late as possible. Late visits are worth more points. I don't know. I wonder, again, I don't know why. So Florida State got that extra. They got that extra points on there. Plus 500. Yeah, I feel like let's just kind of hold off. We don't have to rush because we're going to lock into the top 2 spot here. I'll show you real quick once again. The playing style. Yeah, see, I need to run the ball for sure. That's going to be a huge priority. If we want Thad Franklin to come, we're going to have to run the ball. So yeah, anyway, so projected cutoff. We're going to be locked into the top 2 spots. I feel like it's just going to go down to the wire because we're not that far off. So I'm just going to hold off. Yeah, bring him for the rivalry game. I know. Maybe let's just do that. Whatever with the points. Let's just do that. You made the right decision. It's what I was leaning towards this whole time. Skip it. Whatever. If he wants to think about going to Florida State, let's go give them an L when he comes on the visit. Let's do that. I like that idea. It's what I was thinking about. Let's do this. I don't care how many points. If you're going to go to Florida State after we win, then that's on you. Yeah, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Yikes. He got more points for that. That's all right. Whatever. Hey, that's what we have to do. Well, that's what we have to do. So we have to run for over 100 yards in that game, beat a rival team, beat a conference team. If we do all that, we're going to get those bonus points. And I guarantee you we're going to run for 100 yards. And we're going to do those other teams. That's a given. But I know you guys are a little unsure about the 100-yard thing because of what happened the last game. I think it like 12 yards, something crazy low. But I guarantee you by week 10, we got some games. We will figure that thing out. That's how we're going to end recruiting. I appreciate everybody for stopping by. Again, check out everything. You guys know you can find me on Twitter at InsideTheU. This is awesome. I definitely want to keep doing this. Maybe there'll be a Thursday thing. I know this is a bit long, an hour and a half, but I like that you guys jumped in on this. We are in a good spot right now at 2-0. We've got some work to do with recruiting, but I like that. I like where we're at with it. We're making progress. Again, appreciate everybody commenting, and check out Face of the Franchise if you haven't seen that. And then also anything else. Thanks again. I definitely enjoy doing this with all you guys, but you guys have a good rest of the day.